Hello viewers. Today, by request from one of the folks commenting on the video I did on this fan probably a month and a half ago, there's an issue with it making a lot of noise. And the comment was, hey, it would be interesting to see, is it the grill, kind of troubleshoot it. So I thought, I'll do a video of troubleshooting that. Now in that video, when we put the fan on high, there was a lot of racket coming from it. And you can see this grill is absolutely destroyed. It's sun-battered, and it was used, quite frankly, it was used in my bedroom window from 2017 up until end of 2022, something like that. And the reason I stopped using it in 2023 was I serviced it and I had to, well, the grill wasn't quite as in bad shape, but it was always in really bad shape. The sun just absolutely destroyed it. And this fan I got for $5, $10, I think in 2007, something like that. No, 2009, somewhere in there, 2008, 2009. And used it, and I liked it because it has the oil ports on it. It's a Lakewood. This is not to be mistaken for one of its predecessors. However, it's still a solid fan, and I liked it. Fit my window pretty well. And it wasn't perfect, and that's why I didn't mind running it. But the grill and since I did the last video, just moving the fan around, you can just, I just touch it and it comes apart. So this may not even survive the video, is what I'm saying, because it has to come off probably. Well, not probably, well, you can see more plastic here. It's on the floor. In that last video I did, I shared that I did the ultimate taboo, is because the rear grill was even worse. Or actually the rear grill might have been in the front, and that's what I did, I swapped them. And what was happening was this grill was on the front, but it kept trying to rub the hub of the blades. So I ended up swapping it and putting the rear grill in the front and putting this here. And yeah, I had to make it work, right? Because it doesn't exactly fit. But I had already decided would be like a daily runner fan in the summertime, and I will service it and keep it clean. But it's not like some of my museum pieces I have that have like very little hours. When I acquired this had hours on it, so again, I didn't feel so bad. So let's turn it on first. And let's see if we can replicate the noise that it's been making. And then we'll, by process of elimination, remove the grill, and then even ultimately remove the blades to see if it's actually coming from the motor. This thing is wobbly because the feet aren't correct. It's just kind of a mess. All right, so we're gonna put it on low. From what I remember, it doesn't make the noise on low. Low. Medium. And this fan was a powerful fan. That's one reason I liked it. Now high is where the noise should come. Hear that? I'm pretty sure that's the motor making that noise, not anything to do with the grill. But and check out this spin down. I mean, it just keeps going and going and going. Yeah. So let's remove this. I will pause the camera because we all know how to do this part. All right, we got the grill off, and as I suspected, it disintegrated as I was trying to be as gentle as possible. So This thing, we're gonna have to cancel this out and not use it any longer. And just an interesting side note, can't recall if I talked about it in the initial video of this fan. This isn't the original blade set that was on this fan. I mean, it is the correct one, but it's not the original. What had happened is this was before I was using it as my daily runner. I occasionally would use it in my laundry area, and somebody, it's not me, somebody accidentally knocked it over and it cracked one of the blades off the hub. And Tori, the fan man, he probably doesn't recall, but he actually saw me, I think, ask in one of the Facebook groups if anyone had one, and he sent me one. So shout out to Tori. Again, he probably doesn't remember doing that, but that could have been 7-8 years ago at this point. So, and ask for anyone out there if they have a grill to one of these, because actually 2 grills would be ideal, because I really don't like having the Lasco 3733 grill put on this fan. The interesting with the 3733 grill is, while I always thought of this as a smaller fan, it has a thick cabinet, but it's smaller. 3733 is still physically smaller because you can see the gaps in the grill. All right, so we're going to turn it on again. I suspect we're going to get that loud sound, so we'll do the 3 speeds. I can see that hub wobbling like crazy. I'm going to stand to the side in case it comes off. Medium. Okay, so we know it wasn't the grill, and I could have said that before we even started this whole thing, but since it's on video, wanted to go through the troubleshooting steps. So this thing is way out of balance. All right, and from what I recall with this fan, this comes right off. And of course it's gonna make a liar of me. Yep, there it goes. So, yeah, this is kind of a mess back here. I think what I did was I was getting to the point where this blade would slide right off, like with your fingertips, because it had kind of worn the plastic. So I took painter's tape and I wound it around. I wound it around the shaft, and it worked, because I had you saw me kind of, there's some resistance there. Now with this motor or the shaft, I can feel the stickiness from the tape. This spins so easily. I do think, and I have to confess, I got over eager with this fan over the years with oiling it, because we all know the trouble of trying to oil a fan, where, yeah, it may have an oil port in the rear, but in the front you have to pull the blades off. And we know on typical Lakewood fans, it's difficult to yank those blades off, and one wrong kind of pull, you can crack kind of like the area in the center of the hub. So I think I got overexcited and thought, oh, I can oil this thing whenever I want. So I think I used to oil it with its zoom spout every, once a season. But instead of like a drop or two, I think not that I flooded the thing, but it really doesn't need to be oiled every single year, is what I learned. Someone probably, I'm sure a lot of people know that, but I learned that the hard way. So what you're seeing here is my own stupidity. This is actually dry oil that it must have spun around. It must have got on the shaft and spun around and just stuck to the inside of the hub. So that's full disclosure. If that has any quote unquote bearing on why this is making noise, I did possibly over oil it. So let's turn it on. I'm just going to jump right to high to see if we get that sound again. All right. So it's clearly not an issue with the blade, despite the blade not being perfect. It's not an issue with the grill, despite the grill being completely demolished. And it's something going on with the motor. And if I take a close look, and I'm not going to pull it, for this video, I'm not going to pull it apart, because I cannot figure, I mean, I can see there's some dust in there, but it's not bad, because I would not pull it apart every year, but I would, when I would have the blades off, I would blow compressed air in there. So there was never really a chance for major dust accumulation. So my question to the viewers out there, what could be causing that? And is there any advice to making this repair? Because I haven't had a fan ever do this before to me. And was this caused by user error? Is it something that I had done to had caused this? Is it possible because the blades were out of balance, it impacted the bearing because it was kind of wobbling? Let me know. I would really like to know in the comments. That would be awesome. Any help would be greatly appreciated, because I would like to put this back together again and put it to use, because in its place right now is a weather shield, an older, not super old, but probably 10-15 years old, Lasco weather shield that I don't want to beat the heck out of. I would rather kind of return this one to service. So grills, issue with the motor, love to put it back together and restore it. It doesn't have to be pristine, but restore it to serviceable use. Thanks for watching. I will include the link to the original video on this fan below in the description. Feel free to subscribe, like this, and again, thanks for watching.